Gorkhaland. To break away from the GNL.
Riding on a mass support for Prashant Tamang, an Indian Idol contestant from Darjeeling, Bimal quickly capitalized on the public support he received for supporting Prashant, and was able to overthrow Singh from the seat of power. He went on to found the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha, raising the demand a state of Gorkhaland. 7. The demand for Gorkhaland took a new turn with the assassination of Madan Tamang, leader of Akhil Bharatiya Gorkha League. He was brutally beheaded on a broad daylight, allegedly by Gorkha Janmukti Morcha supporters on 21st of May 2010 in Darjeeling, which led to a spontaneous shutdown in the 3 Darjeeling Hill subdivisions of Darjeeling, Kalimpong, and Kurseong. 8-9. After the murder of Madan Tamang, the West Bengal government threatened action against Gorkha Janmukti Morcha, whose senior leaders are named in the FIR, meanwhile hinting discontinuation of ongoing talks over interim arrangement with the Gorkha Party, saying it had lost popular support following the assassination. 10. On 8 February 2011, 3 GJM activists were shot dead, one of whom succumbed to her injuries later, by the police as they tried to enter Jalpaiguri district on a padyatra led by Bimal Gurung from Gorkhaland to Jaigaon. This led to violence in the Darjeeling Hills, and an indefinite strike was called by GJM that lasted 9 days. In the 2011 West Bengal State Assembly election held on the 18th of April 2011, GJM candidates won 3 Darjeeling Hill Assembly seats, proving that the demand for Gorkhaland was still strong in Darjeeling. GJM candidates Trilok Diwan won from Darjeeling constituency, Harpa Bahadur Chetri from Kalimpong constituency, and Rohit Sharma from Kurseong constituency. Wilson Champramari, an independent candidate supported by GJM, also won from Kalchini constituency in the Doers. 14. Gorkhaland supporters demonstrating in Mirik, Darjeeling. Women supporting Gorkhaland, marching with torchlights, Darjeeling, 2013. On 30 July 2013, the Congress Working Committee unanimously passed a resolution to recommend the formation of a separate Telangana state from Andhra Pradesh to the INC-led central government. This resulted in flaring up of demands throughout India. Prominent among them were the demands for statehood for Gorkhaland in West Bengal and Bodoland in Assam. Following a 3-day ban, GJM announced an indefinite bond from 3rd August. Largely peaceful, political development took place in the background, with the West Bengal government armed with Calcutta High Court order declaring the bond as illegal. The government toughened its stand by sending a total of 10 companies of paramilitary force to quell any violent protest and arresting prominent GJM leaders and workers. In response, GJM announced a unique form of protest, Janta Band, in which, with no picketing or the use of force, the people in the hills were asked to voluntarily stay inside on 13 and 14 August. This proved to be a major success and an embarrassment for the government. After a marathon all-party meeting convened by the Gorkha Janamukti Morcha (JJM) on 16 August at Darjeeling, the pro-Gorkhaland parties informally formed Gorkhaland Joint Action Committee. 20. Between June and September 2017, there was another agitation in Darjeeling. Protests first started after the West Bengal government announced on 16 May that Bengali language should be a compulsory subject in all schools across the state. This was interpreted as an imposition of an alien culture by the Gorkha Janamukti Morcha (GJM)-administered area where the majority of the people speak Nepali. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. There were a few clashes between the police and the agitators initially. Strikes were called on a few occasions. The situation worsened on the 15th of June, when the police raided a GJM office and seized spade, sickle, bow, arrow, hoe, and shovel. This was followed by violent clashes between the police and the agitators. And following this, the GJM called an indefinite strike and shut down the region. 22. There were widespread instances of violence, including riots, arson, torching of vehicles, government properties, and houses. In one of these protests, the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway was torched by the protesters. Mass rallies were taken out regularly by the supporters of the Gorkhaland agitation. There have been multiple injuries of both the Gorkhaland supporters and security personnel. A total of 11 people have died in the protests till date. The internet services of the region were also suspended by the government for the duration of the shutdown. 30. There were complaints of the violation of human rights in the region, and an APDR, Association for the Protection of Democratic Rights team, was sent to the region to investigate the issue. 31. On 9th July, the protests reached New Delhi. Supporters staged a march from Rajghat to Jantar Mantar. 28. This was followed by the GJM rejecting the state government's offer of talks. On 29 August, the state government called a meeting with the Hill parties, but the meeting was fruitless and they could not arrive at a conclusion. This was followed by another round of talks, where there was a consensus to end the shutdown. The supporters met the Home Minister on 19 September. This was followed by the Hills slowly returning to normalcy. On 26 September, internet services were restored in the region. Then on 27 September, GJM, headed by new chairperson Binay Tamang, finally called off the strike after 104 days. Even after the strike was called off, there were a few stray incidents of violence and protests in the region. But the region as a whole was much calmer than before. And so on 27 October, the Supreme Court directed the center to withdraw 7 of the 15 Central Armed Forces deployed in the region. Bimal Gurung has been in hiding since then for fear of being arrested under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. 33, 34, 35. Gorkhaland Territorial Administration. Edit. The Memorandum of Agreement for the formation of a Gorkhaland Territorial Administration, GTA, a semi-autonomous administrative body for the Darjeeling Hills, was signed on 18 July 2011. Earlier, during the West Bengal Assembly election 2011 campaign, Mamata Banerjee had said that Darjeeling is an integrated part of Bengal. While Mamata implied that this would be the end of the Gorkhaland movement, Bimal Gurung reiterated that this was just another step towards statehood. Both spoke publicly at the same venue in Pintel village near Siliguri, where the tripartite agreement was signed. 37. A bill for the creation of GTA was passed in the West Bengal Legislative Assembly on September 2011. 38. The West Bengal government issued a Gazette notification for the GTA Act on the 14th of March, 2012, signaling preparations for elections for the GTA. In the elections of the GTA held on 29th of July 2012, GJM candidates won from 17 constituencies and the rest 28 seats unopposed. After an agitation of about 2 years, the GJM also agreed to the setting up of another autonomous body called Gorkhaland Territorial Administration. Gorin is currently the chief executive of the GTA. However, over the last few months, the GJM has expressed severe dissatisfaction over the functioning of the GTA and have revived the call for the separate state of Gorkhaland. On 30 July 2013, Arun resigned from the GTA, citing both interference from the West Bengal government and the renewed agitation for Gorkhaland. Gorkha Janmukti Morcha, GJM, Gorkha National Liberation Front, GNLF, Bharatiya Gorkha Prajatantrik Morcha, BGPM, Indian Gorkha Janshakti Front, HP, Gorkha Rastriya Congress, GRC, Akhil Bharatiya Gorkha League, ABGL, Jana Andolan Party, JAP, Gorkha, Indian Gorkha, Nepalese people, Gorkha Kingdom, Gorkha War, B, C16 population by mother tongue, censusindia.gov.in. Archived from the original on the 9th April 2022. Retrieved 24th March 2021. Subhash Kisan, The Man, The Legacy, The Legend. 29th January 2019. Indian Idol reignites demand for Gorkhaland and Darjeeling Hills. Live Mint. 19 March 2008. Retrieved 20 March 2012. Gorkha leader Madan Tamang killed. Darjeeling tense. The Indian Express. 21st May 2010. Retrieved 1st March 2012. Gorkha leader Madan Tamang hacked in public. The Times of India. 22nd May 2010. Archived from the original on the 11th August 2011. Retrieved 20 March 2012. 2 killed in police firing on GJM protesters. The Hindu. Chennai, India. 8th February 2011. Retrieved 20 March 2012. GGM wins Darjeeling constituency by record margin of votes. Hindustan Times, 14 May 2011. Archived from the original on the 4th of November 2013. Retrieved March 2012. GJM wins 3 assembly seats in Darjeeling. Z News, 13th May 2011. Retrieved 20 March 2012. 3-day bond begins in Darjeeling, 29th July 2013. Telangana effect. Gorkha Janmukti Morcha calls indefinite shutdown in Darjeeling. A Sikkim arrested in Kalimpong, Sikkim. Archived from the original on 17th August 2013. Retrieved 17th August 2013. A pro-Gorkhaland organizations to remain on path of Darjeeling movement under GJAC name. The Times of India, 16th August 2013. Phrase, GJM ends 104-day strike, all about Darjeeling crisis. Gorkhaland demand, HindustanTimes.com. A. B. Demand for Gorkhaland, how Bengali language derailed peace in Darjeeling. HindustanTimes.com. 15 June 2017. Retrieved 17 November 2017. Center rushes 400 more paramilitary to Darjeeling, total 1,400. The Economic Times, 15 June 2017. Retrieved 17 July 2018. ACE, Gorkhaland protest. West Bengal writes to Center for 10 companies of paramilitary force, CRPF. NDTV.com. Retrieved 17 July 2018. Darjeeling unrest. GJM, BJP adopt resolution for separate Gorkhaland. 600 paramilitary personnel rush to hills. The Indian Express, 13 June 2017. Retrieved 17 July 2018. Gorkhaland unrest. Home Ministry orders withdrawal of 1,000 paramilitary personnel from Darjeeling. First Post. www.firstpost.com. 15th October 2017. Retrieved 17th July 2018. ABC, Scoop Group, September 2017. Here's a timeline of 104-day-long Gorkhaland agitation that ended today. Scoop Group. Retrieved 17 November 2017. Rajagopal Krishnadas, 27th October 2017. Supreme Court allows Center to withdraw half of its forces from trouble-hit Darjeeling, Kalimpong. The Hindu. ISSN 0971-751-X. Retrieved 17 November 2017.